Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking love and marriage Huntsville. Y'all know why y'all here. First and foremost, anything I say is alleged and in my very personal opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal, you guys. So we need to talk about the failed scheme set up by Todd in regards to the blowout that we're going to do a full breakdown of. But in this particular video, we need to talk about the failed plan, the failed pre-planning of this scene and how it was supposed to play out that Destiny and Martell had concocted before this alleged field day event, right? And what am I talking about, right? So apparently the plan, of course, was Martell to voice his grievances to MARSAU, that he didn't like what MARSAU said in the interview about the correct conviction about the revenge P, and wanted to deny it and wanted to call MARSAU a liar and that he didn't have all the facts or whatever. And then furthermore, wanted to call MARSAU out about his cheating. It sounded like he wanted to call out MARSAU about the alleged cheating, but didn't want to involve Tisha and potentially didn't want to involve showing any proof or showing any receipts. Because it wasn't until Martell goes to his car to go get his phone that allegedly has receipts of whatever proof that is supposed to show that MARSAU has cheated on Tisha. And, you know, you hear Destiny in the background, oh no, let's not do that. We talked about this. We're not supposed to be doing that. And then Tisha and MARSAU are like, no. Let Martell show these receipts. He has all this stuff to say. Let him show what he has. So, Tisha, again, like I've said in previous videos, Destiny is not your friend. Destiny doesn't like you. Destiny doesn't see it for you. And nonetheless, you entertain her because of your mutual dislike for Mel. Why is it you and your mom, you get upset when people say stuff, right? When people, you say people are messy and people bring stuff to the show and people are two-faced, but you have the biggest op right in front of your face, Tisha, who is basically commiserating with Martell and listening to Martell bash MARSAU, bash the marriage that you and MARSAU have, and basically bashing you by extension that you're going to stick around and put up with whatever MARSAU does, right? And you have no smoke for Destiny, but you will go on these reunions and say, oh, Mel's got a dark soul. Mel is this horrible person, this and that. You do not stop your mom from going after Mel, still attacking her and everything else. But no smoke for Destiny. And Kimmy told y'all she doesn't like Destiny and doesn't see it for Destiny because she knows exactly who Destiny is. But Tisha, you're willing to go out like this? You already see there's an issue that is brewing, that is escalating between MARSAU and Martell. Destiny acts like she's being an actual referee by blowing the whistle, which made matters worse. But also says in the scene, this is not what we discussed in regards to Martell showing any alleged receipts that is going to prove that MARSAU allegedly cheated on Tisha, right? And then this narrative again, where Tisha, you guys, you're like, well, if this happened X amount of years ago or whatever else, or you've been saying X, Y, and Z for years or whatever else, and if you don't have proof, I don't care, right? If you don't have proof, it doesn't matter. Or like your mom's been saying, and like Kimmy's been saying, if it happened 7 or 10 years ago, I'm not going to leave my husband for it. So we went from
previously, the husbands never being cheaters, the husbands never cheating, till you guys making jokes about the 20 girlfriends, you guys making jokes about the side chick going on Tasha K and alleging that y'all slept with linebackers, and basically saying, hey, if it did happen, it's for me to know and you to find out. If it did happen, it was before we were serious, da-da-da-da-da. And now we've graduated to, well, if it has happened, it happened so long ago that it's irrelevant to bring up now. Here's the thing, right? Tisha and Kimmy know exactly who they're married to. It is already established that MARSAU and Maurice like to be out in these streets, like to party and, you know, and have a good time. And whatever happens after that is going to happen. Basically, the real conversation about the respectful cheating is actually in regards to the people that Destiny is spending her time with, trying to commiserate all of these schemes, right? That's actually the real respectful cheating, if you want to break it down. Because all it's basically saying is, as long as you don't embarrass me, as long as any alleged side chicks do not come out the woodworks like Martell's did, we're going to continue to put up a united front for the sake of the show. And Carlos King even exposed this. Carlos King put it out there, especially on the housewife shows, that they are willing to stay in these awful marriages for the sake of continuing to have the money roll in. That they will look the other way if their spouse is a cheater and all these things, as long as they can continue to be on the show, and they don't care how humiliated and how disrespected they are, or what is being said in the blogs. As long as they can continue to get that renewal, that contract renewal, to come back that next season, you can say whatever you want. No matter how embarrassing, no matter how trifling it is, right? And Carlos King, you know, said that it's happening even on his own shows, which tells me everything I need to know. That some of these couples that you guys are hyping up, that they're still legally married, that are scamming you, that are putting up a front and putting on the biggest scam for you to present for this so-called reality show, but are truly in reality living separate lives. Truly in reality are allegedly cheating in peace, right? Are doing their own thing in peace. But it sounds like if in fact any of what Martell is alleging is true, which I've always felt that if this was true, at least these other cheaters, well, the exception of Chris, had the wherewithal to mess with somebody who had as much to lose as them, and therefore they're never going to come forward. They're never going to be exposed, as far as I'm concerned, if it did happen, right? And I think that is what has people pressed the most, right? And now Martell is talking about how MARSAU needs to take a lie detector test and all of these other things. But here's my thing. If these people are not going to leave their spouses, if these people do not care whether or not their spouse is cheated, if these people are not concerned about their spouses out of the blue getting vasectomies together, if you want something more to happen and people more for something to happen to somebody else than what they want for themselves, you've lost the battle. You keep thinking, Martell, you're hurting Tisha, but Tisha's telling you she's going nowhere. She doesn't care what the receipts are. She's been begging to see receipts. And here's the thing, even if receipts are presented in front of her, she's still not going to go anywhere. She's still not going to do anything. It has been engraved in her that having a husband, is a lifetime achievement. That as long as you have a husband, no matter what the state of the marriage is, no matter if there's any cheating or not or anything, as long as you still say you have a husband, that is the only flex you need. And that if you happen to be single or without a husband, you're somehow miserable. No. What? I don't understand the logic. As if every person who is married is also happy 24/7, you guys. Like, make it make sense. There are happy people who are single. There are people who are happy who are married. But there are also people who also are miserable, whether they're single or not. It's just the nature of the beast. Everybody is different. There's no individual that's the same. But you can't make a generalization about that. And you just can't assume just because somebody is still married and is celebrating X amount of years married that everything was roses and flowers. That there wasn't any bumps in the road, that there wasn't any issues, that there wasn't things that they overcame that most couples would not stick around for. But with that being said, unless Martell is saving these receipts for the reunion, all of this is falling on deaf ears at this point. And we're not getting anywhere. But it seems now Martell is ready to finally unload the clip after 9 seasons, since he doesn't have Mel to film scenes with anymore. And of course, he banned his own kids from filming the show anymore. So now it seems the cast now all of a sudden has their wake-up call about Martell, which the timing itself is convenient only because there's real charges that's taking place against him. And now all of a sudden you want to distance yourself. But how long are you going to distance yourself, right? Because, like I said, you still film scenes with him even after this so-called fight, right? And you're obviously going to film scenes with him at this upcoming reunion. So how mad at him are you really? And you guys have unfollowed each other before. So none of this, we'll see if you're truly keeping the same energy or if you're simply flat out just being strategic and thinking that regardless, that if in fact something does come down the pipe with this criminal case, that y'all will just move forward with Mel, right? Although y'all should have been moving forward with Mel from the start, and we wouldn't be here. And this is the problem with enabling toxic behavior. This is the problem with enabling bad behavior. But nonetheless, I circle this back to Destiny is a friend to nobody. Destiny does not like any of these people. Destiny is only out for self. The plan was to come on the show, like I said, regarding to set up the Sonny and Moses storyline, which she set up and exposed and revealed herself. None of us knew about this until Destiny talked about it on the Dear Future Wifey podcast. And that was the opening to set up based off of the reaction, based off of the views of this interview. The same interview that you guys say, the same Destiny you say that she's not allowed to talk about the ex-husband, not allowed to say anything, but also talked quite a bit about this ex-husband in that Dear Future Wifey podcast interview. So which is it? Is she really barred or is she not? Like we just all need to, take a breath and pay attention to what is being said in these interviews versus what isn't, and reading in between the lines. But you can't get upset and be in your feelings when things don't go your way. And this is the whole thing. I think Tisha thought Destiny coming back was going to be an opportunity to attack Mel with the addition of Stormy, that they were going to be the main attack dogs against Mel this season, and that was going to be Tisha's big get back, right? And her having Destiny as her +1 on the girls trip, right? Which also flopped because Mel had her own backup. And now Tisha's thinking that this is going to be an all-out bash Mel session regardless of Martell's arrest, that it's still going to be going hard in the paint against Mel. And Destiny has other plans because Destiny's only out for herself. So Destiny is working with Martell to rehab his image and try to make him look good and try to denounce the actual charges and conviction, you guys. This is how in deep she is. And I don't want to hear it. If any of these cast members are called in subpoenaed on this criminal case now, because now you're completely diminishing this and flat out saying that this case isn't true, that this case isn't real, as if you don't have active cases going on yourself. Make it make sense. But Tisha thought that Destiny was going to be back and it was going to be a full-on Mel ambush every single time there was a group event. And now Tisha is pulled into this madness. And now Tisha is now on front and center on Martell's expose of MARSAU. So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.